want to make a big productional effort here because I almost always get stuck in a perfectional loop which stops me from actually putting stuff out. So today I wanted to share my thoughts on something that I've tried to balance my whole life. And that is, how do you keep a healthy balance between your emotional, primordial, and societal coding and the logical, harsh indifference of reality? Now that you illustrate what I mean by that, let's take a feeling most of us know just too well. You are in school, and if you haven't had the exact experience, just project it on a similar one you have had. So you're in school, and an exam is coming up, and you decide to study really, really hard for it. You confidently take the exam, but later you find out that you have failed it. The same goes for many different situations, like starting to work out, realizing that people don't actually care that you have improved your physical health, or finishing your degree just to realize that you have essentially wasted many years of your life for a job you find out you don't really want, or wasting hours of your life on cultivating a relationship with a friend or a crush, only for them to repay you with ending it for a petty reason or no reason at all. Now, what I'm trying to say here with these examples, I've been trying to find out how these situations come about and how to reduce them, how to not follow a bad path in life, how to separate reality from delusion. And I'm not necessarily talking in objective terms here. I am talking about finding out how the optimal path you can take in life, not perfect, don't get me wrong here, just optimal, and how to reduce wasting your time and your mental health with unnecessary situations and delusions. Now, I have thought about this long and hard, and the conclusion I came to was you can reduce such situations by the cultivation of, I'll call it, emotional wisdom and Machiavellian cleverness. Now, I know Machiavelli has a bad reputation, since many people associate him with justifying unethical behavior. But all this really means is that you orient yourself as close to reality as you can possibly handle, to minimize delusions and maximize reality. To do this, it is extremely helpful to foster a game theoretical mindset, meaning that you calculate decisions as dry as you can. No ethics, no emotions, no ego. Just detach yourself and try to solve your problems like a puzzle in a video game, as if you were trying to solve a math problem, as if you were playing Portal and you're trying to get to the next level. Now, this sounds extremely autistic or even psychotic, but here is the twist. You take your emotions in as a variable. How would a specific situation make you feel? How would you likely react? How do you have the mental strength to go through with a decision, etc.? That requires extremely intimate honesty with yourself and a level of emotional maturity that needs time to develop. It's also very important not to attach yourself to the outcomes of a situation. Like the example with studying only to get a bad grade. Often it just happens that you miscalculate, and if that happens, it is very important not to let situations like these throw you for a loop or even traumatize you. Can also help. Because it doesn't help you in any way. It again just eats up your precious time and poops out misery if you let this whole thing run its course without checking it. We've heard of practices like meditation, stoicism, pick your example. And they can be really helpful, even though they can also develop into a coping mechanism, but that's a topic for another day. Regardless, the most important thing I have found is to be completely honest with yourself. And that is not an honesty you have to share with the world. Often it's even better this way if you keep it to yourself. So be your own most intimate friend. Because with that intimacy, you will find a big chunk of reality, your reality. And if you combine that with a smart and clear-cut game theoretical mind, you might still not be able to conquer the world, but it will almost definitely no longer be able to conquer you. I'll leave you with a quote from Machiavelli himself. A sign of intelligence is an awareness of one's own ignorance.